Hey everybody, it's Todd with Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold On Flavor. This week we're going to do Irish stew, and we're going to serve it over mashed potatoes with bacon, sautéed with bacon and cabbage. It's a little bit of a twist. Instead of just having the potatoes in the stew, we're going to do something different here. A little bit of mixing Irish culture. It is March. I hope you guys love this recipe. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So this dish calls for parsnips. Parsnips have been around for a long time. The Romans used them. They don't grow around by me. I live in the subtropics, but they usually have to come from a cool place. I read on the package these are from Michigan. It's a sweet, earthy taste to them. Obviously, I'm looking forward to having those in the dish. I haven't had parsnips in a long time. Here I have a chuck roast, about 1-inch pieces. And in a regular beef stew, what I would be doing is I would be coating these in flour, in a seasoned flour, but I'm actually just going to put salt, pepper, and then have oil and butter in the pan and just brown them up. Once you get your meat cut up, about 1-inch cubes, salt and pepper. Want to toss that around a little bit. So evenly coated. Then what you want to do, you want, like I said, put some butter and oil. I'm actually using Kerrygold butter. This step, the purpose is not to cook the meat. It's to actually form a crust on it, right? So make sure you give it a little bit of time. The meat will cook up in the stew. It's gonna cook for over 2 hours, so don't worry about that. Here are my parsnips. They're not not very big. So I do prefer to peel them. You don't have to, but you definitely want to cut off the tops of the stems, right? And then the bottom, just like you would a carrot. Treat it that way. And then we're gonna cut them up. Like I said, I'm gonna peel them, but they don't have to be. That's a good size. All right. In my pan, I've put in carrots, onions, and parsnips. Everything's rough cut. This is a little bit where you do you. Now, again, even if you are going to add the potatoes, you don't add them in this part of it just yet. I'll show you when. So I'm cooking these vegetables down in that grease with that I used to cook the meat in, right? So just for a couple minutes, let them tender. Smells good. After a couple minutes, add in some cloves of garlic here. A little Worcestershire. Get a paste. Next up, I'm going to put a little flour in. And whenever we add flour, we want to give it a couple minutes to cook that flour down so we don't taste it. But now that we've added flour, the flour will naturally stick to the bottom. So you want to keep scraping the bottom of the pan when you're giving this a mix. Next up, you want to deglaze your pan with a Guinness. I don't drink, so they make a non-alcoholic Guinness, which tastes just like regular Guinness, believe it or not. Again, we want to work the bottom of the pan because we don't want any of those bits, any of that fond stuck on the bottom. So give the pan a little scrub with the wood spatula here. Now, if you used regular Guinness, you might want to give it a minute to cook off some of that alcohol. But like I said, this is non-alcoholic, so I'm not worried about it. And once you're sure that the bottom has been cleaned, right, you got all the bottom bits up, you want to then add in your beef broth. So while the stew is going, I just have some potatoes cut up and diced, or cubed, pardon me. And we're gonna cook those just like you would normally mashed potatoes But now I'm also going to cook down some bacon and some fresh cabbage. And then I'm going to get that ready to mix with my mashed potatoes to serve, and then serve the stew on top of it. I got about a half pound of bacon here. It's a lot of bacon. You don't have to do that much. Probably a quarter pound to do it. I like bacon. With that bacon grease, I then have some shredded cabbage here. I'm going to cook that right in there. This will not take long to cook down. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take the cabbage cooked and set it aside. This is why I love cooking with stainless steel. So before, all the bacon was, all the fond, the bacon fond was stuck to the bottom. I took out the grease, wiped it down so there's no grease in here. And then I just filled it up with water, put it back on the stove. All the stuff on the bottom comes right up. It's going to make it super simple to clean. Problem with Teflon is all the chemicals inside are those non-stick pans. You can mash the potatoes. I'm putting my potatoes through the potato ricer, which just makes it smoother potato. So I got my potatoes. They've gone through the ricer. Now I'm going to add, when I make mashed potatoes, I always warm up the milk and the butter using Kerrygold butter. Kerrygold butter is a European butter, and what makes European butter different than American butter, has more butter fat. Pour that on. Inside, I have salt, pepper, garlic in there. Hey everybody, it's Ty with Wayfinder Realty, your host for Sold on Flavor. This week, Irish stew served over mashed potatoes with sauteed bacon and cabbage. Give us a taste here. Ironically, we are having a cold snap warning tonight, so looking forward to this. That is delicious. A meal to be shared with a friend in your new home. If I can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. Till next week, take care.